Okay, welcome back for those of you joining us again. So, listening to watching the sparkling wines of Italy seminar, which we all found, I think, fascinating and packed with information. Logically, we are following on with three sparkling wine producers from Italy, and all from the north of Italy. So let's just show everybody who's here. We've got first up we'll have Aldo. He's in the Friuili, Venezia, Giulia region. In fact, in the town of Prosecco, I believe. Yes.
Yes, the region in which the town Prosecco is Friuli. It's near Trieste, and we are located 1 hour by car from Trieste.
Okay, and then we'll have Stefano, who's in the Piemonte region, and we'll finish up with Valentina, is in the Veneto region. So all making, as I understand, sparkling wines with the Charlotte method. So let's get to Aldo. Go, Aldo. But just before we start, for the audience, you have the chat on the side there. You can say hello, everybody. But Jessica, if they're from Barcelona, I'm sure more people now that can see the chat will come in. We have people from Las Vegas, from India, from Korea, or Belgium, UK, all around the world in the last session. So, Aldo, could you tell us more about Prosecco, the town, and I'm sure that's interesting for many, and a little bit about your winery, the philosophy, the terroir, and of course present the two wines, sparkling wines, got ready for us.
Yes. Well, I represent Zago Agricola, which is a young and familiar-owned boutique winery. We are located, as you just said, in the region of Friuli. We are in near this town called Prosecco, which is located in Trieste. And the vineyard is located near the mountain. Is almost 30 kilometers from the mountain and 30 kilometers from the sea. So we can get advantage from this particular location. And one of the most important things is that the vineyard has natural spring underneath. So the plants are able to take the water they need without being stressed, especially during the summer period, when the climate is very hot here. As I said, we are a pretty young winery. It's almost, let's say, almost 10 years that we are in the market. But even though we are pretty young, we are selling very well, especially abroad. The characteristic of this vineyard is that it's really small. We're not that big. We have like 10 hectares, only 10 hectares, and we are certified sustainable. That means that most of the work is done by hand without using any chemical fertilizer or herbicide. The company is certified. There is a third company that's certified that the work is done in a sustainable way. We are not yet certified organic, but we will be in the future. What we have is Glera in particular. So we produce Prosecco, 100% Prosecco, with the peculiarity that we use only the first squeeze of the juice, so the most available one. That means that only 50% of the juice that we have from the harvest we use to fill our bottles. So it's the maximum quality possible filled in the bottle. Talking about the two products that we are presenting now, we are presenting the Prosecco Brut Vintage which is in this particular bottle, that if you turn it upside down, it's just showing a glass of bubbles. This is a Brut version. That means 100% Glera grapes. Brut, that means that has only like 9 of residual sugar in it. Very fresh, very gentle. And about the production is made with a Charmat method, but in this case we use a longer Charmat method. That means almost 2 months, and it enables to have teeny bubbles and very elegant one, not that big. The second wine that we would like to present is our Spumante Rosé that will become Prosecco in the next month, and it's made with 84% of Prosecco grapes, Glera grapes, and 16% of Pinot Noir. We produce only at the moment Pinot Noir and Prosecco. The difference is that during the Charmat method, the wine stays 6 months with the lees of the Glera grapes, or the Pinot, sorry, with the Pinot grapes. And it becomes, at the end of the process, a very harmonious and structured wine to be a, let's say, Spumante that will become Prosecco in the next month. So we are presenting 2 kinds of Prosecco, a pink pale one and straw yellow Prosecco Brut, which is a vintage 2018 at the moment. We have gained some awards for the Prosecco Brut, which is let's say, the oldest one between the two, in different countries. That means the Canter UK, the Canter Asia, that means 50 best sparkling wine US, and other awards. Instead, Spumante Prosecco Rosé, Spumante Rosé, it's a pretty new one. It doesn't have any awards at the moment. It's new. That's the reason.
Okay, that's. Could you hold up the bottle again to see that bubble?
Yeah, sure.
Like it was a glass. The opposite, upside down.
Upside down. It's completely covered with a particular sleeve that, if you put it in a plastic tank, it stays like a glass of bubble. That is an effect, just to catch attention of the people.
Okay, very, very clever, somebody's saying on the chat there. Somebody's asking in private if the Rosé Prosecco, you were making it before the Prosecco allowed it. Yeah.
Now it's called Spumante, doesn't have any seal, but this kind of mixture, 84% of Prosecco grapes and 16% of Pinot Noir, it will become Prosecco in autumn of this year, let's say about October or November. That means that at the moment we cannot call it Prosecco. Nobody can do it, nobody can call it, but in the next few months, we will be allowed to call this Prosecco Rosé. At the moment, it's Spumante Rosé Brut.
Right. Okay. Got it. Okay. So where's Avion from Singapore? Hello there, and Tomohiro from New York City. I think it's Japanese restaurants in New York City. So the rosé might be a good choice for him. Okay, so if you have any questions, please post them on the chat there, and if you have I'm going to now share you a file, which is it's been shared by my moderators. Done it already. So if you'd like to download the information about Zago, and of course the 2 technical data sheets are there, so you can study those and get all the characteristics. And of course, if you want to contact Aldo, you can do so for the website, and you can you have his email on the handout that you can download free there at the moment. Okay, thanks, Aldo. Do stay with us because I have a question for you later. Let's go to Stefano now, who's in Piemonte. Hi, Stefano.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Okay. Right. So I run now the presentation of my company. First, the name of my company is Nunc, which is in Latin, and it means here and now. And just the 2 initials, so H and N, are the same for Latin and for English, so it's not so difficult to remember. The reason of this name, which is quite peculiar, I would like to say, is because at the end of the day, here and now, it's like a wish. So it can be also translated as like an enjoy. So when you drink our wines, we want that our customers enjoy the moment where they drink the wine, they forget about the past and the future. Nunc, we are located in the middle of the sub-region of Piedmont called Monferrato. We are in Vignale Monferrato, which is a small town surrounded by vineyards. We have about 20 hectares of vineyards. They all belong to us. So we only work with our own grapes. And we only grow up here local grapes. I mean, such as Barbera, Cortese, Dolcetto, Grignolino, or even Nebbiolo. And so we do not make and we do not grow up any international like Chardonnay or Merlot or everything, or Sauvignon. And this is a strategic choice because we want only to grow up local grapes because we want that our wines are the expression of our lands, of our town, of our sub-regions. And there are 2 products that I'm going to present you in a couple of minutes. They are absolutely coordinated with this philosophy. We have, as I said before, 20 hectares of vineyards, and they are all cared by our own people. So we do not, we have our own staff, in particular 4 people that they are here along all the year, and that they do everything by hand. We do not use any machine, and we dedicate a very, very high care to the vineyards because we think that a good 30–40% of the quality of the products are about the quality of the vineyard. So we wanted to go before the process of the wine to make to have the best grapes. I want now to go straight to the products because they are, I think, quite peculiar, and the 2 products are both 2 Brut Rosé Charmat method. One, which is Marcia here, it's a Brut Rosé made 100% of Barbera, and this, which is Mete, is 100% made of Grignolino. So the choice we made was to make 2 sparkling wines out of the 2 main grapes of our area, which is Barbera and Grignolino. I think that in the market there are not so many products made 100% Barbera and 100% Grignolino. So I think I'm talking about quite unique products and so very peculiar. We have both products are Charmat method or Martinotti method, and they are a very, very long they have a very long fermentation of these on the yeast, which is 9 months each. And this allows to the both products, both wines, to be really fruity and full of savors, and they have a very, very good spectrum of aromas as well. Also, the color of the two are different despite they are both rosé. So we have this pink, pale, a little bit of orange on the Marcia Barbera. And for the Mete Grignolino, it is lighter and it is closer to the bronze. And this is due to the different skins of the grapes, because Barbera is, of course, red with a better structure and the higher skin. The Grignolino is thinner. And also the color of the Grignolino grape is lighter. So we wanted to make two different products. In terms of flavors, the Grignolino Brut sparkling wine is basically, it's a very elegant with a very fine sparkling and bubbles. It's absolutely good to be drunk as aperitivo or a drink itself, something that people can absolutely enjoy after work, before the dinner, or in, let's say, in a pub. And it does not need to be paired with, I don't know, food. Unless we also have people that they like to use the Mete together with, for example, light cheeses, or even, for example, light like chicken grilled, something of even vegetables. When we talk about the other sparkling, which is Marcia, so made out of Barbera, here we are talking about a sparkling wine with a stronger personality. The bubble is still fine, persistent, still elegant, but in the mouth more, I would like to say, aggressive. Of course, because they come from Barbera grapes, the taste is, let's say, stronger. So you have the wild berries and a little bit of notes of spicy, which are typical of Barbera. So let's say that despite the fact that both are Brut Rosé, I think that they can have two different uses. And second, they are quite versatile products because, as I said, they can be used as aperitivo, as we call in Italy, or even they can absolutely be paired with food. In particular, the Marcia can stay along the dinner if you make, for example, rice or even fish or even sushi, and or even to the dessert. They are Brut Rosé, so they have a residual sugar in about 6 and 9 grams. So of course we have this kind of wine, this kind of residual. We are exporting these products in some countries, like in particular China or Taiwan, and in Europe we have something in England or even in Russia. From our experience, we understand that these products are in particular loved by even young generations, so people about 30 years old or 30, 40, the young generation who are looking for something different, something very typical of Italy and made sparkling, and these two products absolutely match this request. And from the other side, they are, I would like to say, liked by women in particular, because in particular, if you think about the UK, they are, I would like to say, quite popular as well. My company, Nunc, we are not a big company. As I said, we have 20 hectares. We started to make wines in 2016. And an important information is about our enologist called Massimo Giulia, who becomes and is from Franciacorta. So despite we are in Piedmont, we choose to have a Massimo Giulia. And because, of course, his experiences know-how in Franciacorta, he immediately started to make very, very high-quality products in Piemonte, starting from 2 grapes, which are not very usual to be made in sparkling. So I think that these 2 products, which they have been awarded by the 50 Sparkling Wines 2019 edition, and the Demeter got gold, silver, gold medal with 95 points, and the Marcia got the silver medal with 90 points. Of course, these awards helped us to make them or present to the market and to be popular. I think that for now I would like to stop here, and I'm waiting for some questions or anything that can help, some information. Thank you.
Okay, great. I think we left everybody speechless and just gasping to want to taste, especially here in Europe where it's very hot everywhere. And with the chilled look on the bottle, it just makes us want to taste. So, of course, if anybody wants to talk further about Stefano's sparkling wines, and please use the contact form on the website. And of course, we're just going to put your file up now that you can download the data sheet of the 2 sparkling wines just presented, and you also have the same information on the website with Stefano's contact details. So you can also contact him through the website. Indeed, yes. Somebody was also asked during the presentation that behind me I have 50 great sparkling wines of the world, and what was that? Well, in fact, Stefano has just clarified that it is in fact a competition for sparkling wines that we run I think now for 9 years, and the trick is in the title. It's a competition for sparkling wines of the world. It doesn't have champagne in it, as other competitions seem to have champagne and sparkling wine. So 50 great sparkling wines of the world. Hick and Nunc, in fact, I can verify, did get the gold and silver medals in that competition, and I think they're doing very well as a result. Let's just check if we have any questions. If not, somebody again in private, so you can't see it, Stefano. Let's have a look. Yeah, someone asking if availability in Barcelona at the moment.
No, because I don't have any report about that, unfortunately. What I'm looking for. So.
Right. Okay. So Mattia is saying that I'm from Italy too, and I agree with the philosophy to promote our grapes, indigenous grapes. So good for you. Okay, well, we may get some more questions in specifically for you. People saying amazing, and yes, want to try it. Let's contact Stefano, and I'm sure he'd be pleased to take up the conversation with you and see how a tasting of the wines can be organized. So thank you, Stefano. Do stay with us because we want to come back to you, ask you a question at the end. Now we have Valentina. Also one of the featured in 50 great sparkling wines of the world. I think was it 2018 you got a medal in the competition, so well done there. So yeah, let's over to you, Valentina. Can you tell us a little bit about the winery, the philosophy, the terroir?
Sure. Great. Thank you very much, Anthony, for introducing me. And I might, first of all, thank you, Giampiero Nadalia. I'm not sure he's still listening, but he gave us a great introduction about our area and about our beautiful sparkling wines. So I thank him very much. Going back to my presentation, last but not least, I am introducing you Serena Wines, which I'm representing today. Serena Wines is a historical company. It was founded in 1891 by Pietro Serena and is now at its 5th generation under the lead of Giorgio Serena and his son Luca. We proudly invest in the most advanced technology by respecting the tradition transmitted by our predecessors. Our focus every day is on the product quality and customer satisfaction. We want to stay close to our customers and strongly believe an impressive marketing strategies is nowadays the key. Well, what else? Of course, we are producers. Well, not of course, but we are specialized in sparkling wines, and we are among the biggest producers of Prosecco. We are based in Conegliano, so in the very heart of the production area of Prosecco. We own 20 hectares of vineyards between Prosecco DOC and Prosecco DOCG. And we are particularly proud to own 2 estates in the DOCG area in the hills of Conegliano and Valdobbiadene that are now UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Our estates are called Tenuta Ossi, and the main one is called Ville d'Arfanta. In this enchanting, beautiful place in the middle between Venice and Dolomites, our best grapes are grown to give birth to our top line, which is called Ville d'Arfanta, from the name of the estate, actually. The low production per hectare of this area, then additionally the manual harvest, the special exposure to the sun, and the clayish soil permit a production of an excellent aromatic wine, unique in its category, which is the Prosecco Valdobbiadene Superiore DOCG that Giampiero introduced us just so well. Apart from this, we are the first Italian winery to own an estate in the Champagne area, where our Champagne de Villemont is produced, which is, in my opinion, a synonym of a great 360 degrees passion for viticulture. May I give you some figures about Serena? According to a recent report of Mediobanca, we are among the top 30 wineries in Italy. In a total about 2,000 Prosecco producers, Serena ranks between the top 5 in terms of volume. We have 80 employees, and last year our production was of about 24 million bottles. The production capacity per hour is of about 15,000 bottles. We are certified BRC and IFS food. And as I told you, we are particularly proud to be the sparkling experts, as I usually say. Of course, our specific focus is in the Prosecco DOC, of course, Champagne Martinotti method, as we've been saying a lot. Then, of course, we produce a certain number of bottles of DOCG Prosecco and other generic sparkling and fizzy wines, all typical from the Veneto region, together with some still wines, all from local grapes. All these wines are available in different formats, and I'm particularly happy to announce that as soon as we will be allowed to, we will be launching the new Prosecco Rosé that the ministry has just approved. We are recently registering an interesting growth as we've started in the Italian market as leader in the HoReCa sector. And we have, in the last 9 to 10 years, we have been able to replicate our success also abroad, and we are now present in more than 50 markets abroad. Just to give you an idea, our turnover is almost 50-50 between Italy and abroad now. We are absolutely conscious that we all shall do what is in our power to sustain, to protect the environment. And to do this, we recently decided to be part of an exciting, innovative project in collaboration with the University of Venice. By the perfect synergy between research and entrepreneurship, a new photovoltaic system to produce energy from the production and clarification scrap was born and patented by Sorrento Wines. In the light of this green modality, green vision that people are starting to have more and more, we have recently launched a new certified organic and vegan Prosecco range, which is made by grapes for which no pesticides or GMOs are used. This Prosecco meets the needs of the most demanding palates in terms of sustainability, green vision, etc. To go in detail about the two wines I would like to present to you today, of course, I must start with our new organic Prosecco. This is one specific line that we have just introduced. In every bottle, you will find a different deer. The name of this deer is Ross. You just have to find the deer you prefer and identify with it and just enjoy your Prosecco. This specific product, wine, is vegan friendly and certified and is organic. And it's a DOC Prosecco Brut version. So we are talking about 10 grams per liter of sugar. And last but not least, our Terra Serena Prosecco DOCG. As Giampiero has been explaining very well, DOCG, Prosecco Superiore, is the utmost expression of Prosecco. It has a great aromatic flavor and it can be enjoyed with the majority of the dishes. And I would recommend it from the aperitif time till the end of the dinner, just to enjoy the company of your friends. Maybe
No,
I've been
it's
too
just,
quick, Anthony, I'm sorry.
Our next speaker, just a bit worried she's not going to, a bit, what's the word, scatterbrain. Don't tell her I said that. Well, it's recorded now, it's too late. Okay, yeah, I have a question, in a private question. No need to be private, do just put the questions. We're, no, the deer, someone's asking about the deer. They're saying, does the same Prosecco have different deer on them?
Yes, let me explain you. So this is the organic and vegan version, which has a hippie deer, okay? Then we have a DOC Prosecco, a standard one, which has a more classic deer. And then we will launch the Prosecco Rosé, which is going to have a fashion deer, I would say. So we will have different declination of the deer. And let me explain you why the deer. The deer is an animal typical of our area, of the Dolomites. And there's a story behind this brand. That is to say that Ross, which is the name of the deer, one day followed the smell of the Prosecco grapes and wanted to join this land, to visit this land, where he found Serena Wines and completely fell in love with it. So he decided to stay in our areas and enjoy Prosecco every day, like we do. I mean, people from Veneto enjoy Prosecco daily.
Basically there are three deer labels, but 3 different products. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you identify your personality and compare it
and the
to a
difference
wine.
in the 3 is the dosage, is it?
No, it's actually the type. One is organic, one is not, and they are both Prosecco DOC. And then there's going to be the Prosecco Rosé, which is about to be official, okay? And then in the same line, we also have a Grand Cuvée, which is a blend of white grapes, which is commonly used to make Prosecco, spritz, and other cocktails. And then we have some fizzy wines,
Right.
so less bubbly.
Okay.
And of course, sorry, I was forgetting, of course, we also have the DOCG. in this line, the Prosecco DOCG,
Okay.
with a different deer.
Somebody's again in private asking, but isn't the deer a pest for you? Isn't the deer a pest for the vineyards?
No, actually, deers don't usually come here. That's why this is a strange story. Okay, they just stay on the mountains or on the top hills.
So who are your pests then in the vineyard, just for a matter of interest? Which animals are pests in your vineyards where you are?
Well, there are quite a lot of insects and then some others.
No, I
but
meant
we know how to deal with it.
Which animals are? So in South Africa, you have baboons and
Oh, well, yeah, not at this stage. There's actually an animal which is a sort of, how do I call it? A wild pig?
Yes, jabali, the wild pig, wild boar. The wild boar.
That's it. They are quite boring from time to time for our vineyards.
And a question in private from Jessica. The third one you mentioned will be the Prosecco Rosé, right? Right. I think you said.
Yes, indeed. If everything goes as we expect to, at the beginning of October, we will be able to officialize the launch of the Prosecco Rosé. So there's gonna definitely be.
And also asking, can you repeat the second wine presented? Can I just answer that? Yeah, we'll answer first.
The second wine is the DOCG Prosecco Superiore di Valdobbiadene, from another line of us, which is called Terra Serena, from the name of the company. And
and of course, Jessica and everybody watching, and everybody, no, not everybody watching the replay, because you won't be able to get it, but do request it. You can download the file there, where we will have the names of the producers and more information about Serena 1881. Okay, so let's bring everybody back in. And Aldo, a question for you, which is about export, actually. So most of the audience are, in fact, wine importers or distributors or working in the on and off trade. Some journalists in there. What export markets are you particularly interested in receiving inquiries from, Aldo?
Well, I would like to expand our business in the West Coast, possibly of the US, Florida, and also in the East Coast of Canada, let's say Ontario, Quebec.
Okay, as in British Columbia.
We are already represented in the BC market at the moment.
Okay, so you're mainly interested in the USA and Canada?
Yes.
Okay. And Stefano, the same question, which export market would you, I'm sure you'd be interested to see from everybody, but any specific markets you'll be interested in receiving inquiries from, be it tomorrow or next month or next year?
Yeah, I would like to have inquiries from USA, of course, where I think that the rosé is quite popular, and China as well, or Far East, because so far the few importations that I have done over there, they have been quite successful. Even if my dream is Japan. I've never been there, but I think that is very, very interesting market.
Okay, and in fact, we do have some Japanese buyers in the registration. don't know if they're watching now. It might be a bit late, but hopefully they'll watch the replay. And Valentina, same question. Export markets of particular interest receiving from?
Well, I'm focusing a lot on South America and Spain, but buyers from Japan, Singapore, and other markets would be absolutely welcome.
Okay, yeah, I saw somebody from Singapore. I think I'm not sure it was in the last session or this one. We have a question from Lynn, but the first area. Oh yes, I think it was Stefano. We didn't catch the first market you mentioned in your. No, it's a bit. What was it?
US.
USA. Okay.
Yes. But of course, I'm open to any market. I would like to export, of course, anywhere. But if your question is where are the main markets or the main targets, USA, Far East, and Japan would be my choice. But I would be very happy to go anywhere, of course.
Okay. And was it Aldo? Did you have? Did you say you had Millesimato on your labels?
Yes. Yeah.
What? Mattia is asking what that means exactly. What the word means for Prosecco.
Yeah, it shows the year of the harvest. That means millesimato.
Sorry, it shows the year of?
Yeah, this is an example of a sample that I have.
Okay, so it's the vintage, is it? You're saying?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, Mattia, hope that answers your question. So, do we have any more questions? Just have a look. Because some of them come in private, so you won't see them. Some journalists there saying good story and to follow up. Love the deer marketing, Carrie. Okay, I think we're there. As I said, thank you everybody for listening. The files are there. All three are now being shared for Zago and for Hick and Nunc and for Serena. So if you can download those now. If you're watching the replay, you can get the information from the winepleasures.com website. So I would say thank you very much to our three producers. That's Aldo from Friuili, Venezia, Giulia. That's Stefano from Piemonte, and that's Valentina from Veneto. Thank you very much for participating, and we hope you get some orders.
We should.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's Italian sparkling wine. Next up, we have Liz Palmer. It's focused on champagne, and we'll be listening to champagne popping out of the COVID-19. And following that, we'll have live interviews with a couple of champagne producers. So let's put up the link for the next session, which is starting at, we can have a look at the program, at 3 o'clock, would that be? 3:30. So next session. We put the link there at the top of the chat there. You can see a link. If you click on that, you can get into the waiting room for the next session, which is champagne popping out of the COVID-19. Hope to see you there and others. Bye for now. Bye-bye.